Have you ever wondered why you can feel completely detached from some guys who ignore you or give you minimal attention, but the moment that you really like a guy, your mind starts spiraling into unhealthy obsessive thoughts? You begin overthinking what to say or text him, trying to decode every little action and his true intentions. And here's the thing, an unhealthy obsession is not usually about the men, nor can you blame it on being a Pisces or a Virgo like me. In reality, it's often a reflection of something deeper within you, a sign of unfulfilled emotional needs, unresolved insecurities, or even a craving for meaning that you're trying to satisfy through someone else. And as soon as you start showing this overly attached energy, you'll end up pushing men away. My name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker. And today I'm going to break down 5 key strategies to never obsess over a man again, so you can navigate dating and relationships with clarity and confidence. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1, the main reason you get overly obsessed. Let's start with this basic principle that when you find yourself obsessing over a man, it's almost always because he's unavailable in some way. Maybe he's emotionally distant, inconsistent with his communication, or simply not interested in committing. But instead of walking away, you feel this deep urge to convince him that you're worth loving. It's human nature to want what we can't fully have, right? There's a reason why diamonds are always behind glass. It makes them seem so much more valuable simply because you can reach them. But here's the thing, something is meant for you, it will never require you to beg, chase, or convince. You need to shift your mindset, okay? Never waste your time wondering, why isn't he attracted to me? Or why is he pulling away? But instead, embody this belief. I only want what is attracted to me. Anything that pulls away, I just let go of it. Like I always tell you ladies, if you have $1 million in cash and you offer them to a man, but he says no, that he's busy and he will get back to you later, would you chase him to give him the money? You wouldn't, of course not, right? You would think, I just offered this man $1 million and he said no. Well, too bad for him. So I want you to see yourself like that, like $1 million in cash, that he should have the belief that having you by his side should feel like winning the lottery. Number 2, identify your craving. Okay, so I want you to think deeply about this question. Are you ever really obsessed with a man, or are you obsessed with how he makes you feel? Maybe he made you feel adored, admired, or safe, and maybe he gave you butterflies, and now you're chasing that thrill or that feeling rather than the man himself. And let me give you an example from my own life. So I once found myself deeply attached to someone because I always felt like her savior. I was always impatiently waiting for her to ask for my help so I could feel like a superhero, you know. I wanted her to feel rescued and I wanted to be the person doing it. But the moment that she walked away, I felt empty, like I had lost my purpose, you know, and I wanted to feel needed again. But what took me a long time to realize is that I wasn't craving the woman who left, but the feeling of being useful to other people. And you know what I did? I channeled that energy, that craving into my coaching. So now I get to help people every single day from different parts of the world, and I no longer need a romantic relationship to find meaning or purpose in my life. So again, ask yourself, what feeling am I truly chasing? Once you identify it, find ways to fulfill that need within yourself. Understand that the man that you want is outside, but the feeling is in here. So fix this first so you don't have to look for it out there.
If you're obsessing over someone to the point that you're waiting for every one of their texts, or you can't really focus on the things that you were focusing on just before you met them, it's never a reflection of how good they are. It's always a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. It's always a reflection of the love that you have for yourself.
Number 3, you are afraid of losing him. Okay, so the other thing that happens sometimes is like, what if you find an amazing guy, someone who treats you well, and now you're afraid of losing him? You're always wondering, when is this connection going to end? Well, here's something that I need you to understand, okay? And this is a hard pill to swallow, but everyone that you love, okay, you will lose them eventually one day. Every connection will end. Life is temporary, whether through a breakup, distance, or even death. Every connection ends one day. But what's freeing about this, at least in my opinion, is that you can't control whether someone stays or goes. You can only control how you show up for them every day. And let me put it this way. Imagine that you were told that you only had 1 more week left with someone that you love. Would you spend that week worrying about, they're going to leave, what's going to happen? Or would you use that finite time to truly soak in every moment, every smile, every conversation? And you see, obsession keeps you stuck in a mindset of scarcity and fear. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, but love, real love exists in the present moment. So instead of clinging tightly out of fear, like I don't want to lose this person, practice gratitude because you have them in your life. Okay, stop worrying so much about the future and enjoy the present moment with them. Number 4, don't label your thoughts as bad. When I'm coaching women who are overthinking or having anxiety in a relationship with a man, the first pattern that I notice is that they label certain thoughts as bad or wrong. The moment you tell yourself, stop thinking about him, all this does is create resistance, and resistance fuels obsession. So instead, what's truly powerful is when a thought about him pops in your head, don't give it a label, okay? Just acknowledge it and say to yourself, interesting, I'm thinking about him again. Why is that? Basically, be curious about your mind. Is it trying to tell you something? Are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling insecure? Are you feeling bored? Once you understand the root of the thought or the feeling, you can address it at the source. Your mind is not your enemy. It's trying to communicate something to you. So listen, reflect, understand, and then just gently redirect your focus to something more positive and productive. And final, number 5, remember similar past situations. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that all of you ladies have obsessed or at least one person in the past, right? Like maybe it was a high school crush, maybe it was an ex-boyfriend or a celebrity, someone that you never actually dated. And I want you to remember how consuming it felt at the time that you were going through it, right? How many obsessive thoughts and feelings you had. But now, you probably don't even think about this person. You look back and might even laugh at all the silly things that you did for them. And that's proof that time has a way of softening everything. What feels overwhelming right now will eventually fade into the background of your mind until you can barely remember the situation. So the next time that you feel that you can't stop thinking about someone, I want you to remind yourself of the simple truth. This feeling isn't permanent. The intensity will pass, your focus will shift, and one day you look back and realize how much you've grown because of it. Alright ladies, so to end the video, I want to share one last principle, and this is probably the most important principle that I've talked about in this video, so listen well. Attention is more important than intention, okay? Let me say it again. Attention is more important than intention, meaning that you can have the intention of attracting love, building a healthy relationship, and so on. But if your attention is on the wrong things, okay, like obsessing over someone, overthinking their every move, or doubting your own worth, you'll struggle to build a connection that thrives on abundance and not scarcity. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you chose me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics. Because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change, okay? Have a beautiful day.